Greetings, welcome everybody to this platform. The house of Issa Tchiroma have been surrounded by Cameroon gendarmes and police, they say, for his own protection. My name is Capo Daniel. I'm the chairman of PRAP, the People's Right Advocacy Platform, a secessionist group that believes in negotiation and dialogue with a vision for one Cameroon, two people. So today, again, we want to dive deep to give you updates that are coming from the ground and also the situation on the ground in terms of what should our people expect. Based on information that are coming from lawyers that we talk to, the whole attention now is focused on the Constitutional Council, who have indicated that the official result will be announced on the 26th of this month of October. So Issa Tchiroma, after he made a very powerful speech, we are very impressed that he focused on institutional changes and his vision, not just a challenge to Paul Biya. After he made the speech, his house have now been surrounded by the Cameroon gendarmes and their police. They said they're doing so for his own protection. So Issa Tchiroma have called on President Paul Biya to step down, and we have heard the voicemail of one of his top lieutenants saying that the CPDM ministers who have embezzled money, they will be given some leniency so that they can pay back part of the money they have corrupted from Cameroon. But more importantly is the statement of one of the opposition leader as well, a candidate, Tchiroma, who have also echoed the sentiment expressed by Issa Tchiroma that he has won the popular vote. So Tchiroma is the only political party and the only presidential candidate that have come out to say that Issa Tchiroma have indeed won the popular election based on feedback that they are coming. But the CPDM have pushed back. They have insisted that Issa Tchiroma does not have the capacity to declare himself winner, that the final and ultimate, the final result is left in the hands of the Constitutional Council. The CPDM and their lieutenants, their commentators have now been pushing back that the Constitutional Council will announce the result. And this is very strange, that the result is expected to be announced by the Constitutional Council, because according to the Cameroon Constitution, ELECAM, a body that was even created before the Constitutional Council, is supposed to be the authority that announces the election result that reflects its ballot box. ELECAM, according to the Cameroon Constitution, has the primary, it is the only institution, the only body that is charged for the primary role of organizing elections in Cameroon. It is also charged with counting the vote, ensuring that the votes are transparent, and announcing the result. But since the creation of the Constitutional Court, the regimes have relied on the Constitutional Courts to guarantee their manipulation. So instead, the election is supposed to be like this. ELECAM organizes elections, counts the ballot box, assemble the result, and announce the winner. Then they proceed to the ceremony of swearing in of the new president. It is only when that election is contested by the candidates who were in the election that the Constitutional Court is supposed to step in for dispute and announce the final result to check on the legality and oversee basically the work that the ELECAM have done. It is only if there is a complaint or contestation. The Constitutional Court only can step in on request, or a political party that has a candidate file in a complaint. The Constitutional Council is not charged with announcing the result of the election, as people are now claiming the CPDM. So I want our people to know that the Electoral Code gives ELECAM the authority and power to organize election and to announce the result from the ballot box. So when you see the CPDM focusing on the Constitutional Council, and they have made it now like it's a normal thing in the Cameroon, of course the Constitutional Council has the final say. The Constitution says that the Constitutional Council has the final say. Final say means that it only when it comes to that final say before they can have it. It's not the body that is supposed to announce the elections. But now in Cameroon, they consider the ELECAM result as preliminary, like it is not final. No, Elecam organ give the final result. It's only in dispute that they reconcile it in the Supreme Court. So the idea that the official proclamation is done by the Constitutional Council is part of the regime's manipulation of Cameroon institution. The final result, means that there is a dispute, but the official result is as announced by Elecam. So, yes, it is true that when there is dispute, or when there is a complaint, official complaint, made by the candidate or their party that they represent, then the Constitutional Council has a final say. But so far as the Cameroon Constitution is concerned, Elecam announcement of the result are official announcement of the result. So don't be confused to think that we are going to wait until October 26 to know the result. Elecam's result are the official result. If there are disputes, the final result will be that of the Constitutional Council. That we heard that the head of the Constitutional Council is very sick and is currently in the hospital. He's an old man on his dying bed. So who is going to put them in line on behalf of Paul Biya? He was appointed for a special duty, and that duty seems to be undermined by God himself. So God is saying something. So officially, we now know that the Constitutional Council is supposed to announce the result in Cameroon on the 26th of October. That means that before the 26th, Elecam is supposed to announce their result. So we'll be monitoring to see whether the Cameroon will be putting pressure on Elecam not to announce the result. On the other side, in our own side of the Anglophones, the Ambazonian narrative again is troubling. After we have sabotaged, and stupid people within the struggle have sabotaged the election, blocking over 2 million votes for Issa Tchiroma, John Okoro is coming out to claim that opposition leaders have been bribed 1 billion each. He's giving the name that he has proof, and there is no proof he showed from Ferdinand Gongo that he bribed them to prevent any collusion and to recognize the result of the election by the Constitutional Council. Nobody needs to recognize the Constitutional Council result, by the way. It is final. The only people you can bribe is to recognize the Elecam result. So it shows you that he doesn't know what he's saying, because when you lie, you do those type of things. Spreading these kinds of lies, and the lies we have been telling our people in the past, only hurt our cause. I always tell you people, lies hurt our cause. The struggle of Ambazonia have suffered enough from misinformation. We must recognize that truth and integrity are the only real way forward to push any meaningful change and any progress for our people. Only truth and integrity can get us somewhere. Lies wouldn't win us any lasting victory in politics. We lie to our people that if we don't allow our children to go to school, results in Cameroon will not be recognized. What has turned out for that? We have lied to our people about our history as well. It's time we learn that lesson and focus on honesty and constructive effort. We cannot substitute our own shortcomings with lies and manipulation. It only hurts ourselves. Look at Mark Barata, what he has done. He has basically helped Paul Biya and Tanganji Paul. So let us keep our eyes on the bigger picture and forget lies. People like Tapang Ivor, whose idea was that all bridges in Amazonia should be broken. What a pity it will be on our people. Peaceful democratic transition that respects the will of the Cameroon people is what every human being who have a heart should aspire and should be praying for at this moment. Harmful rumors that only divide us and further reinforces the illiteracy rate that we have back home does not help our cause. It only hurts our cause and makes us to look like people in the fringe of the society. So our people should know that we must focus on the truth. We must focus on vision. For us and my executive, that we have continued to push for active negotiation. We will rely on principle-based advocacy to advance the cause of the Anglophone people and Africans as a whole. That includes all Cameroonians, including Francophone Cameroonians. Our people should realize that the regime is isolated. Its policies is not right. The vote of Issa Tchiroma and his emergence is proof of what we have been telling our people. Issa Tchiroma is not being supported because he is being loved by the people. No, it is because they are rejecting the regime. This election in Cameroon is a rejection of the regime put in place by the France Afrique that is led by Paul Biya, that we expect that is going to evolve into something. We have engaged and we have sent a letter. I have sent a letter to Issa Tchiroma calling on him for one thing. The Cameroon people deserve a vision. They don't deserve personality. They want to see your vision. We want a person that can bargain, to learn from the mistake of John Fundi, who refused to negotiate with the French when he was supposed to take power. That led to the French allowing the cankerworms in Cameroon to maintain their power. The same thing has happened with Issa Tchiroma, with Maurice Kamto. The same thing happened with the UPC. When they burned out Douala, they came to negotiate. NS Nwani, they rejected negotiation because they thought they could win. Issa Tchiroma, now you have the support of the people. It is unequivocal. We have proof that Cameroon have cheated. Me, I can tell the people that they have cheated in the election, even though it could not succeed. My own auntie, who is of late, a born-again Christian who does not even watch TV, let alone will register for election, did not register for election. Her ID card, which we arranged to be made because she needed to travel to India, was used to put in the ballot box. All of those people who are dead and their names were in the ballot box were voted for CPDM. Their vote will be counted for CPDM at the Constitutional Council. That is why it was so important that everybody was registered and everybody who registered go and vote. But Ambazonia, that have become a curse to our people, stood on the fact to block over 2 million votes. Those votes will be given to Paul Biya, and it's going to make him the winner. So who have you helped? Who have you heard? We must be pragmatic with our situation. We know the regime. We know how it operates. We must make it hard for them, not easy for them. So we have sent a message to Issa Tchiroma demanding that he bargain for our people. He should reach out to the French government. He make the case for our people, what our people want. The common man on the street, the Cameroonians, they don't want what happened to Martinez Zogo to ever happen to any other person. They want the civilian to be helped, to be able to be oversee of the Cameroon military and its institutions of law enforcement. They want their parliamentarians that are elected, their senators, to be able to have access to ministers, to question them, to have access to any official that they want, to investigate even issues that are of public interest. Our Anglophone region wants to have their self-governance, wants to manage their own budget. We want the police on our streets to be our municipal police that can stand on our road for traffic order. We want to maintain our own roads. This is what every Cameroonian deserves. An opposition party should know that their main and primary objective is for the Cameroon people, not for themselves to become president. Because when it comes to that politics of becoming president, they have to know one thing. Nobody put Paul Biya in power in the first place. Only the people who put Paul Biya in power can remove him. Paul Biya was appointed by Amadou Ahidjo. He wasn't elected. And he was maintained not by the Cameroon government alone, but by forces beyond our control. We must know our limit and learn from our history. Bargaining for our people, negotiating for a better future of them, and a better representation for them within the institution is what can make Cameroon to move forward in happiness. A government that will be inclusive of all the political figures and powers that we know. Both Anglophones and Francophones want Ayoktabi, Mancho BBC, Penterens to be released for them to go back to Bamenda and Boya. They want our regions to be free. Their disagreement is about independence. We have put forward a plan for one country, two people, where the Anglophone region will indeed be an Anglophone administrative region, and the Francophone region as well. The capital and the economic capital can be bilingual. You don't come to Bamenda and expect to speak French. You don't go to Volmeka and expect to speak English. That reality should reflect itself in the state. A country where every region, we now know the political parties represents the region, where the Bamileke can look upon Maurice Kamto within the government and know that he will be accountable, he will be a person with dignity, people that are beyond bribe, that have become bigger than themselves because of the support of their people. They need to see Akeremona inside the government. Yes, he's 70 years old man, as the meme of Nigeria says. 70 years old man, Akeremona, but a very handsome man that reflects our Anglophone dignity and pride. We want to see those things happen. We want to see our institutions that have been given be handed over to our people to develop it and be empowered with budget and exclusive jurisdiction. We have a firm plan in our peace plan paper, a vision for Cameroon, and a vision for our people in the Anglophone region. Francophones want to see us succeed. We should bargain. We need people who can navigate diplomacy and proactive engagement in dialogue, not just to sit down and wait for them to be crowned king. Issa Tchiroma is doing the right thing so far, and we hope that it will continue in this spirit. God bless you all, and have a wonderful day. We'll continue to engage and bring you more information as we gather them. Ciao.